That's just sports, baby.
The crowd goes wild. Strawberry ice, bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy Slide is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy Slide is kicking down the door.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Trunapole, and as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, come to you live. I was going to record this, but I decided to go live anyway. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by Priority Lawn and Landscaping. If you guys have not checked out Priority Lawn and Landscaping, why the hell not? Give Johnny a call. Get him out there to get your lawn and landscaping taken care of. You need your grass cut. You need your flower bed taken care of. You need a landscape project done, a paper patio, a retaining wall, anything like that. Give Johnny a call at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also follow them on Facebook. And when you do, or you message them on Facebook, tell them you heard about them from Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'd say, what's up to everybody in the chat? But there's only one person in there, and it's Queen Esther. What's up, Wing? So I wasn't going to go. I did a tweet out, said I wasn't going to do a show today at 5:30, which I'm not. I had to go help my son and daughter-in-law move. But I was listening to Cincy 360, and I forgot that UC unveiled their new uniforms, and I had not had a chance to talk about that yet. So I was just going to do a video and talk about it. But then it's like, you want to go live? Like, sure. I'll go live, and I'll see if anybody joins. But I'm going to bring this up here. I don't know if you guys have seen these new uniforms yet. These things are fire. I would love to get your guys' opinion on these. I like them. They're nice and clean. They're not real busy. They're going kind of back to the old school Cincinnati uniforms. You got the classic, the black, which I like the black. I don't know about you guys. I mean, the all white is cool, too. They got the pure white there. That's really cool. I've always been a fan of the all black. I don't know why. I do like the red too. But actually, I take that. Probably my favorite one is when they wear, I think, the black helmets, red jersey, and black pants. I think that's my favorite combination. But they just look like badasses with the all black. So anyway, I was just curious if you guys had any thoughts on the new uniforms, because I think they're pretty freaking cool. And yeah, I was going to do a little review about them. The Reds are going to get ready to start here very, very soon. We are, like I said, we are in the month of July for the training camp to start. I'm excited about that. Bearcats will be going to Camp Higher Ground here soon. But yeah, we'll get back to these things. This is what I was on here for. The C looks cool. Let's see here. What do I like? That? And I like that. See that red one there? It's just got the Cincy. It looks like Cincy hats. I love that. I like that they're taking on the Cincy logo. It's kind of like the new one. It kind of looks like Johnny Manziel. You got number 2. I don't think they got Johnny Manziel to come in and be the model for that. And then they have the classic black. That one's it's just slick looking. I like, and I'm so happy we are back to Nike. It'd be nice if we could be a Jordan school, but we're not. We're just a regular old Nike school. But the Jordan logo is iconic. I'm a big, huge, as you guys know, Michael Jordan fan. It said speed blocks. So yeah, I got the little point there. That is cool. Like that. That's right. Hopefully you can see my cursor there. with a little point on the 5. They're just slick. I really like them. They're nice and classic. They're nothing too busy, but I think they look really, really good. I was hoping to get you guys' thoughts on all 9 of you that are watching right now. But yes, I am very happy with the way they look. I was never happy with Under Armour or Adidas. I didn't like either one of their uniforms. I can't wait to see the basketball uniforms. I mean, you guys remember some of the Adidas basketball uniforms where the shorts were all like checkered and stuff, and they look different from the jersey, and it was too busy. Then we had the football helmets where it had the Leonard Center design in them. I didn't really, they were okay. I didn't really like them either, but it's just, yeah, I think they are slick, and I like it that uniforms are going back to more classic looks. That's where like the Bengals. I love the Bengals' new uniforms. Like I like the old ones with Carson and them wearing, but it kind of got old. It's kind of like the Reds. Like I put it back. I don't know if you guys remember back in '99. Yeah, when they first went to the black, and they had the sleeveless sleeveless jerseys, and they had the black hat. They had the color black to the Reds uniform. I liked it at first, but then after a while, it just kind of like it got old, So to me, the classic, not as busy uniforms seem to last longer. I mean, like I hate the New York Yankees, but they have a classic jersey, and they've never changed it, and it looks nice and clean. The Reds jerseys right now look nice and clean. Even the City Connect ones, they're all black, but they're it's not real busy. They're nice and clean. That's just like these UC ones. So I'm excited about these uniforms. I think they're pretty cool. But we can talk about some other stuff. Set them on here live at 2 o'clock. Like I said, the Reds got rained out last night. See if they can bounce back tonight. I think they're playing at 2:40 from what I understand. But we'll see what happens. I'd love to say there's some Bengals news. There's not. We can talk a whole bunch of NBA, but I don't really talk NBA because we don't have an NBA team. FC Cincinnati, they're doing well. They're playing here. I don't know. They're playing tonight, this weekend, something like that. But question for you, I want to do it, I guess, off the beaten path. Let's steal this from Lance McAllister. Off the beaten path topic. And hopefully you guys can participate here. It's July 4th weekend. First of all, I'm going to do this. If you're going to be shooting off fireworks, please be careful. Because every July 4th, we always have somebody who's getting a finger blown off, a hand blown off, something. Be careful shooting off fireworks. I've shot them off. They're fun. I love doing it. I am a guy who's went and bought a whole bunch of fireworks and shot them off right out here in like my cul-de-sac where I do my victory lap when the Bengals and Bearcats win. I've shot them off in there on July 4th and stuff. It's a great time. You just gotta be careful, man. There's too many people that have hurt themselves. All right, Michael here. You're talking about talking about jerseys here. I love the old Bengals jersey with the tiger, the leaping tiger on the sleeve. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, everybody likes that one. I would love it if they would add that to their uniforms this year. I know they can't now; it's too late. But eventually, that'd be a cool little thing to add on to the uniform for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I got a question for you guys. Do you guys like the all orange? I love the all orange for the Bengals because, and I think it's cool. I know we lost last year, first year we did it, but I think it's cool that they're trying to start a tradition of opening up in orange for the beginning of the season for home games. I think that's cool. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, we got to stop doing that because we lost." We lost. It had nothing to do with the freaking uniforms. We lost because we didn't play good enough to beat the freaking Patriots. Actually, technically, we technically won because they later. The ref, you guys remember, the refs came back and said that Gesicki's touchdown counted, which I still don't know why you do that. But yeah, we're talking uniforms here. The tiger on the Bengals sleeve is really cool. One thing, and I never liked these uniforms, but I wouldn't mind them bringing them back for once, like just for memories. The old original Bengal uniforms with the the orange pumpkin head, and it just says Bengals on it. I like I said, I don't want them to bring back that totally, but for one game would be kind of cool. Man, we've got a lot of different uniforms. If you ever actually, I got a picture here in my ice cave of all the different Reds uniforms, and they've had a lot of different ones, but they've all been kind of classic and the same. But I'm a big fan of the uniforms that the Reds have now. Now we'll go back to my off the beaten path topic here. If you guys want to chime in, what's your July 4th traditions? I mean, do you have like a neighborhood? Like we have neighborhood block parties. We haven't had any yet this year. We need to have some. But do you guys ever do anything like that on July 4th, or are you going to your family's house, friend's house? Do you have a certain July 4th tradition that you guys do every year? Now, we don't have one. I mean, actually, Mrs. Ice and Princess Ice are gone for the weekend. So Ice is unsupervised for the weekend. They went down to Myrtle Beach to go visit my daughter's boyfriend. He's in the Marines, so they're going to hang out with them to see some cool stuff on the military base for July 4th. But I had to stay here and work. So I'm going to have, I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend. I have no plans. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, my question is, what is your, go-to? Do you have a certain place that you go every year to go watch fireworks, or you like shoot them off at yourself, or you just want to sit and chill and drink a beer and grill out? What's your July 4th stories or traditions you like doing? Michael, he said fireworks till they got too expensive. Michael, everything's getting too expensive right now, brother. it's rough out there. Everything's getting expensive. I agree with you. Like, you used to be able to go buy, I don't know, a couple $100 worth of fireworks, and you could get a lot. I remember I went, was it last year I went? Yeah, I went last year because you can't buy them in Ohio, which I still think is funny. You can't buy them in Ohio, but you can shoot them off. Well, technically, you're not supposed to. July 4th, they let you. But I went down to Indiana, and I bought like $100 or something. About $100 worth of fireworks. And I thought I have like a big mound of fireworks in my cart. It's about down to here. I'm like, what the heck? Johnny, what do you got? Probably going to Blue Ash. Downtown Cincinnati is not safe, especially on the 4th. I don't know. I haven't been. I've heard in that the red, white, and boom or whatever they call it at Blue Ash. I heard it's really cool. I've been downtown Cincinnati and it's been fine. I think the banks have gotten better since they've put the curfew in for people under 21. You can buy them in Ohio, like where? Ones that you could actually shoot. I mean, you can buy like smoke bombs and sparklers and stuff like that, but you can't buy any M80s or anything that shoot off. At least not where I live, you can't. Maybe up in northern Ohio, but I know right here in Delhi, Greater Cincinnati area, you can't. We gotta go to Indiana to buy them. What's up, Kevin? How are you? Good to hear from you, brother. But yeah, so if John, there's a fan. Get out of here! There's a Phantom Fireworks in Coleraine Avenue. Really? When did that open? I didn't know that. I thought you said I hadn't bought fireworks in like 2 years. So, I don't go to Coleraine as much as I used to. I didn't know there was one in did the law change? Is that new to me? Apparently, because I didn't think you could buy them in Ohio. My entire life, you've always had to. It's right across from the Richies. Really? Kevin, you like the Bearcats New Jerseys? Me too. I think they're really cool looking. I do. I like them a lot. They're very nice and clean, and they look good. I do like this. I am shocked. When somebody tell me, I'm a year late. Was it last year they changed? I know my voice is getting high. They changed. Like, yeah, you're a year late. Did they change it last year? I guess they did. Like I said, I didn't buy any last year because trying to think if I was even in town for July 4th last year. I don't remember. I don't think I was. Huh. Well, that's interesting. You can buy them in Ohio now, apparently. See, it's good thing I went live. I would have not known that. I had no idea you can buy fireworks in Ohio. I mean, I remember I was a kid. There was a cool thing with sparklers, but man, I'll never forget this. This is when I was a kid. When we first got married, my sister-in-law came up from Ohio to hang out with us. And of course, we're drinking. We're not shooting off anything big. We had sparklers and smoke bombs and stuff. And being a dumb kid, we put the sparklers on the ground after they burn out. Well, my sister-in-law was walking around with her bare foot and stepped on one of them and burnt the bottom of her foot. So I learned now when I have kids, like we had sparklers, I get a bucket of water going, hey, when they burn out, stick them in there. Yes. We learned that the hard way. Even if they're out, they're still gonna burn you. But that's what I'm always, because everybody, like, you see these. I don't know if you guys ever see these videos, these reels. These guys are nuts. They'll have these big box of fireworks like on the back of their four-wheelers or their lawnmowers. They drive around in circles, and it looks cool as hell. Fireworks are just shooting off the back of them. Like, dude, if one of those blows up on them, and doesn't shoot out of the box, they might be dead. It's not, fireworks are nothing to play with. And like I said, I'm one that has done a lot of dumb crap with fireworks, but I still have all my fingers. So I'm always doing a PSA. Please be sober. Please be sober. Yes. Maintain your yes. Liquid courage and fireworks are not a good conversation. They don't do good. They don't do work well together at all. It is. That's what a lot happens. It is people get that liquid courage going, and they're like, hey, saying, hold my beer. This will be cool. Yeah. Next thing you know, you ain't got a damn finger. But yeah, I'm always worried about that. But yeah. So what are you guys' other like favorite uniforms? Like I said, I'm trying to do a uniform topic here because the Bearcats revealed their new football uniforms. I don't want to reveal the basketball ones. I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully, I hope the Bearcats. I hope their football team is good. I mean, I want to say August. I think I need Nehemiah on here to tell me when they're going to Camp Higher Ground. I think August is when they go to Camp Higher Ground. But as far as Bearcat football go, I think this might be this to me. If Sat doesn't get this team to a bowl game, any bowl game this year, I think he's gone. I do. I do think he's gone. It's just you got to make this will be his third year. I'm just like, it's time. It's time to make a bowl game. Kevin, you got tickets to see the Reds and Rockies game. Cool. Awesome. Have fun, brother. Johnny, I just hope we can get our program back to the top 25 level. Well, the thing is, Johnny, like last year, we needed one more freaking win to make people eligible. That was, oh my goodness. It was so frustrating. All right. We got a couple different topics going on here. Go back to uniforms here. Michael Madden, he said, I hated the Houston Oilers, but loved the uniforms. The baby blue, how much was it of the Tennessee Titans wearing the old Houston Oilers uniforms, I think it was last year, versus the Houston Texans? I thought that was just a shot and a half. In my opinion, the Tennessee Titans should not have any of the records or anything of the Houston Oilers. That should be with the Houston Texans. But yeah, they were kind of cool. I don't know if they were my favorite. They were okay, But I hated the Oilers too much to like their uniforms. Basketball and football. Yes, John. Yes, I'd like to get back up to top 25 level of basketball and football. Yes. But this is a crucial year for both the coaches for the Bearcats, I think. Brad. What's up, Brad? I have two different opinions on football teams this year. I want Satterfield gone, but I don't want the team to lose. Yeah, I don't think that would work. If the team wins, he's sticking around. I don't. see the thing. There's been stretches where this team has played good, and then they just fall off a cliff. It's like 2 years ago, it was the Miami game. And that was pretty early in the season, but they were playing pretty good before that. They lost that Miami game to that field goal. And then last year, like I said, we needed I think it was one win in our last 6 games, if I'm remembering right. Brad, I know you know this better than I do. You remember better than I do, probably. But we needed one win in our last 6 games. I couldn't get one single freaking win. That's the part that I don't like about Saturday. It's like they start off and they look really good, but they don't seem like they improve. That's the part with for his coach, and that's coaching right there. To me, that's coaching. Yeah, exactly. 6 straight losses. Yeah, exactly. By the way, guys, I will be back on tomorrow at 1:00. I have a regular scheduled show at 1:00 tomorrow with Mo Egger from 1530. I have 30 people watching. I'll show that I just decided to go live. I appreciate it. The reason I'm not doing it at 5:30, my son and daughter-in-law bought a house, and they need my truck and need my help to help them move. So I decided not to do a show. I wasn't going to do a show today, but I love doing this. I do. I enjoy the hell out of this. I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy talking sports. So I want to come on. I'll talk about Bearcats uniforms. We'll see where it goes from there. Natty Raw, what's up, brother? What's going on? Yes, Scott is definitely on the hot seat. I agree. Damn West Coast time. Dude, I came on early, dude. It's not you. I came on early. So it's only 2:30 here. So thanks, Gino. Love you too. Appreciate it. Satterfield's seat is flaming right now. Yeah. It has to be, guys. It has to be. I mean, you can't go from a Final Four team. We were playing Alabama in the not Sugar Bowl, in the Cotton Bowl for a chance to go play for the national championship. And Satterfield comes here and we go like, because I was afraid. Like, when they got him, I was like, okay. I was like, go get we have a formula that has worked over and over and over and over again, from Mike D'Antonio to Kelly to our last coach. I can't think of his name now. But they get guys in either lower level schools or last week came from the Ohio State. Why can't I think of our last coach's name? I don't understand why I can't. I hate getting old. Sucks. I'll just tell you that. When I have brain cramp, I cannot remember. Luke Fickle. Jesus, Fickle. We got Fickle from Ohio State. But before that, D'Antonio came from where did we get to? It wasn't Michigan State. Where did we get him from? Louisville? I can't remember. But we got Kelly. We got him from Central Michigan, and then we went with oh man, but Butch. Thank you, Butch. Yes, Butch Jones. Which Butch? Say what you want to know about Butch. Butch I think had a better winning record than Satterfield has. Now he turned it and went to Tennessee and hasn't. That didn't work out. But that's our proven. Luke broke your heart. Look, when Brian Kelly left, that broke my heart. So I can't. I don't know if my heart. Anymore we get a good football coach at UC, I expect them to leave. Luke, I thought would have left sooner, to be honest. And he got maybe he'll stay. And then all of a sudden he did turn around and leave. I'm like, all right, that figures. But yeah, Brian Kelly's the one that broke my heart. I was like, man, if we had him against Florida, I would love to have known what we could have done against Florida if Brian Kelly was our coach. We might have still got lost. We might have still lost, but I don't think we would have got blown out at all. I think it would have been a game. But hell, that was a while ago. But my point to this whole thing is they had a plan that works. Go get a coordinator from it's been MAC schools before we got Luke, but go get a coordinator for somewhere and that hasn't been a head coach before and is up and coming. That's what we have to do. If Satterfield gets fired this year, which I would not be surprised. I mean, there has been nothing in the last 2 years or 3 years. How long is Luke Benner, not Luke, Sat Benner coach? 2 years, 3 years? I can't remember. I think 2 years. I think this is third year. But anyway, there's been nothing here from recruiting wise to the way this team plays that makes me think he's going to get any better. Now, one thing I will give him credit for, he's had a couple players stay. Now, he's had a lot of players leave, too. The Godfather's still there. God love him. He's sticking it out. But yeah, that if they do fire Sat, that they better go that direction. Kelly played us big time. He said, I don't look at it like that. I knew I thought he might leave. I just hoped he would have stayed for the Sugar Bowl. That was it. I mean, I thought I wasn't. Look, you got. I explain it like this to other people that I've defending Brian Kelly on, which I'm not trying to defend him, but I understand. When you got Notre Dame, now let's be honest, you got Notre Dame football, and I love UC, but you got UC football. Notre Dame's got a lot more money, a lot more. They can recruit a lot more. And I know Kelly didn't win a national championship there. He took them there at least once. Now he's at LSU, struggling in the SEC. So I understood. I was mad. Trust me, I was mad. But it didn't surprise me that he was leaving. I just wish he would have stayed for the Sugar Bowl. And that's what I hate about how they have coaches. You got to jump. You got to leave. You got to jump in. You got to start recruiting. You got to do this. Let the coaches at least finish their season out. And that's the other thing with the NIL and the portal and everything for transferring. I think they got to move that. There's stuff they got to do to make this NCAA football work better. As far not even we're going to have some great college football games with the way the conferences are lined up now. But with these coaches moving around, I think you got to make it so the recruiting is pushed back, which there's talk that they might do that and push the combine back. Now, that just gives people who didn't go to a bowl game and that's the other thing. It's like you got ones to go play a bowl game in January, and then the ones who go to the national championship, they're done in mid-February. So I want to say it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks from the national championship to the thing in Indianapolis. So there's talk about them moving it back because of that. They got to move some stuff around here, scheduling wise, for the transfer portal, coaches to be able to play. And I think I got to get control of that. I've said this before. All these big power conferences, the Big 12, Big 10, SEC, ACC, the Big Four. And I know they got a Pac-12 is supposedly coming back. If you want to go Power 5, if they're going to be considered Power 5. All Power 5 can just say bye-bye to the NCAA because they – and I'm surprised they haven't done that. This is going to happen. They can go get their own commissioner. If they all can work it out, get their own commissioner, go out and get their own TV deals, and just cut the NCAA totally out. Because they don't need the NCAA. They don't. What does the NCAA do for them? Nothing. They can keep all the money for themselves and split it out between all the schools and the players. I mean, it would be a semi-professional football league, but that's what it is. I mean, college football is they're not. Most guys are not going there for the academics. The big time players are not going there for the academics. That's what it is. I wrote an article about this for ZTV, I think like a year ago, how I think they should do this, and I think it's going to happen. Let's see here. Let's see, Natty Ron. Scott must get his team off to a 4-0 start and can't drop game one. They've gotten off to pretty good starts. That's not the problem. It's the end. I agree with you. It's the end. No excuses this season. You're right. Kelly could have kept it real and told the players. That was the shitty part. He didn't tell the players. That was, yeah. And the city, and then I would have understood. Yeah, that the way he did it, yes. That was bad. I did not like that at all. That was pretty. They were at the award ceremony. At the award ceremony, Ron, he's handing out awards to his players. Didn't say a word, and he knew he was leaving. I think he walked out the door, and somehow the news broke, and then he had to answer questions right after the award ceremony. That was bad. So the way he left was awful. I knew he was going to leave. Soon it will be the Big Ten and SEC as a minor league football. That's what Big Ten and SEC want, but they can't just keep playing each other. They're going to need the Big 12. They're going to need the ACC. They're going to need these other teams. These other conferences. I don't think it's just going to be them two. You got 5. If the Pac, like I said, I don't remember who's all in the Pac-12 now because supposedly it's coming back this year. I think a lot of the teams from Mountain West are jumping into it. But yes, SEC and Big Ten are the 2 big ones. Then you got ACC and Big 12 neck and neck, in my opinion. I think the Big 12 is a better football conference than the ACC. I'm a bit of a homer. And then you got the Pac-12. But anyway, cut out the Pac-12, but the Power 4, I think those ones can get together and form their own league. Brad's talking to Natty Ron. The Bearcats had the easiest schedule in the Big 12 this year. If they find their self not bowl eligible, they need to fire Scott midseason. Yeah? It's his third year. And Brad, am I right? It's his 3rd year? I think it's his 3rd year, right? Or is this his 4th year? Again, my years are running together. So, Kevin, what you got? You're not going to Ohio State, Alabama, etc. If you're smart, generally speaking, you're going because you're good at football. Some people, 3rd year. Thank you, Brad. 3rd year. Look, I wanted to go to UC because I love UC. I went there and dropped out. I wanted to get a communication degree and get into radio. But I was going to UC because I love UC, Kevin. So not everybody. Yeah, there are people that go to schools for the academics, and that's the reason they're there. But some people go there because they want the college experience and they want to go there because they grew up loving that school. So yes and no. You're not always going to college just for the academic. You're going to college for the academics, but you're also going because you love that school. That's the school you grew up rooting for. Your parents went there. Your grandparents went there. However it is, it's a tradition to go there. Or you are mad at your parents and you want to go to the rival school. You like my shirt? Yeah. Son got that for me. Just one before I die. I think it's going to be more than one. Yes, please hit the likes up on the show. It's just a pop-up show I did for me talking. Luke, yes. Luke left December 22nd. You are correct, Brad. Yeah. So, anyway, been up for about a half an hour. Guys, got anything else you would like to discuss before I jump off here? It's going to be an interesting season. I could talk about, actually, let's do this real quick. So we talked about Sat. Let's talk about Wes. This is another crucial year for what? They both could get fired this year. And Wes disappointed me so bad last year. And him and Satterfield had the same problem, I think. They start off good, but they don't get any better. The West, as soon as we started Big 12 play, we were not up to snuff. They were nowhere near ready to play Big 12 football. Because, in my opinion, West doesn't set the team up to play big boy basketball. Did I say football? Basketball. We, in the 3 years that West has been here, we have not had any consistent inside presence at all. I keep hearing about how we got these great shooters. Awesome. If all you're doing is passing the ball around the outside and maybe occasionally throwing it in, and you got guys down there who can't score, they're just going to crowd the outside. And you have nobody to really, I don't want to say create his own shot. I need guys to be able to create shots for other guys. I haven't seen a lot of pick and roll, drive and pop, any of that stuff where you're creating a shot for your teammate. It's pass the ball around, and they'll whip the ball around, but the defense already knows you ain't throwing it on the inside because you don't have anybody in there that can consistently score. So that you're taking half of the court away. They have no inside game, and UC basketball is known for tough inside players. Kenyon Martin, Danny Fortin, You know, hell, I'd throw my boy Terry Nelson. He didn't score a lot, but he was a tough defender in there. He's got to have that this year. And I know he revamped the team, and we got all these good guys coming in this year. And well, this guy's got a great shot. I want somebody who could put their big ass on that block, call for the ball, and score. Or you call for the ball and you start scoring, and they start double teaming. You kick it out to a 3-pointer. Somebody can shoot it. They have to have that this year. They have to, or it's going to be the same as it was last year. It's and the year before. I've never seen a team anywhere, even in the NBA, they got to have guys that score on the inside. They have to. They don't play much defense there, but you got to have guys that can score. Big 12 is big boy football. You need inside game. Wes hasn't had any. That, to me, has been the biggest problem. He makes it so easy to defend them. So I'm curious as to what we'll see, what they got coming up here. Thanks, Daddy. Thanks. Appreciate you. Exactly. That's what I do. I speak the truth, brother. Even Nelson has been preaching. Yeah, he's been preaching that for the last few years. Yeah. It's frustrating to watch him. I mean, I'm 50 years old. In a zone, because that's all you got to do. You can play zone on them, and you just move the zone to where the ball goes. The ball goes down a little bit, you drop it down, and then kick it back up because the guy can't score. They make it so simple to guard. Yeah, exactly. You need big boy basketball. Mm-hmm. This is West's 5th season. Are you kidding me? He's been here 5 years already. This is his 5th season. Man, time is flying. God, I'm old. I thought it was his 4th. 5th season. Yeah, all right. Five seasons. We haven't made the tournament since Mick was here. If he's been here 5 years, that was 7 years ago. That's been a long time ago. That's way too long for UC basketball to not make the NCAA tournament. And we're not even close. That's the thing. We haven't even been bubble teams. And so this is a big year for both coaches. And like I said, last year, I really thought Wes had it. I did. I liked the team. I liked the guys he had. But they had no inside game. I thought they would have more of an inside game. You got to have big dudes, block shots, get some rebounds. We get out rebounded on both ends of the court. So it's been very, very frustrating. Well, actually been 6 because when the guy before that replaced Mick was here, we didn't make them. So it's been 6. Oh, West, they're both in trouble, Natty. So I had a question. You're Ronnie Ron on ESPN 5030. You're Natty Ron here. What do you want to be called? Natty Ron or Ronnie Ron? I'll call you whatever you want to be called. So, but yeah, they're in trouble. We better not be on the damn bubble this year. If we are, at least we're on the bubble. But if we're on the bubble and we don't make it, yeah, he's fired. He's got to make the NCAA tournament. Yeah, 2019 was the last time we were in a tournament. Yes. 2019, just 2020 didn't have a tournament. Yeah, you're correct. And that was Mick's last year. It's crazy, man. And the thing is, like, it took Mick, Brad, you'll know this. I want to say 4 years, I think, to make the NCAA tournament. And he came in here with nothing. He had one player after they fired Huggins, and came in late and he had to go find people. It took him a while to get things turned around. They didn't come in here with a bunch of crap. They came in here to a pretty good program with a really nice arena. You know, got this brand new Fifth Third arena. It looks amazing. You can use that for a recruitment tool. Let's see here. What'd you say? What's good, my G? You up to it? Yeah. So what do you want? You want Natty Ron, Ronnie Ron? What do you want? Let's see here. Yeah, you're right. And Mick had 9 consecutive tournaments. Yeah. Now, he didn't do as good in those. But the thing is, This is what my argument was, and I used to defend Huggins. People were like, "Oh, I remember I would have this argument with my friends. He's not a Bearcat fan. He's like, oh, you guys, you're not going to win anything till you get a better coach." I'm like, better than Huggins? Like, we went to 2 Elite Eights in the Final Four. Now, he did have that run where we could get out of the second round. I get that. And I'm like, all right. And then he got fired. I'm like, all right, be careful what you wish for. And then we got Mick, who was doing the same thing, and that's where I think people got frustrated with him. But again, I'm like, all right, be careful what you wish for, because I've seen this before, and we're going through the same thing. And this is the second, and then we stuck with Mick, and this is our second coach, and it doesn't look like it's good. Either Ice, Natty up. You get it. Called that. You're called Natty out here. All right, I got you, Natty. I got you. 2012 was good. Yeah, it was, but wasn't that the year we lost to Nevada? I think it was. Was that the year? Brad don't know. I think that was the year. What's up, Liz? Is it Liz? Lynn. Linzi. Linz. Hope I said your name right. I know you've been on the show before. But you guys remember that 20? I don't know. I think that was 2015. I think that was 2015, wasn't it? We lost in Nevada. We were up. I will never forget that I was sitting there at the bar with my dad and my son watching the game, and I'm like, oh, we're up by, I don't know, 10, 15 points, something like that. I thought it was over, and the game was still on. But we started talking. All of a sudden, I look up and I'm like, holy crap, we're about to lose the lead. And yeah, 2018. Thank you, Natty. Yes, 2018. That's what it was. Me too. I love the new Bearcat uniforms. They are slick. I like them a lot. I'm very happy. 2012. Yes, you're right. 2012 is the Sweet 16. That's as far as he got. Was that that was the only time he got the Sweet 16, I think. I think he got there once. We're going back a ways here, and I got a lot of sports knowledge in my head, and sometimes I can't get it out of my brain. Because then you got to look stuff up, which if I ever get a producer or if I ever get on the radio where I actually have a producer and I don't have to actually run the show, I can actually look stuff up. You're like, I'm always afraid I'm going to look something up and I'm going to knock the show off. 2018 was so painful. Yes, it was. Yep, it was. I couldn't believe that. I just could not. I'm like, how in the hell did we lose that game? Yeah, under Mick once. Yep, you're right. Okay, I'm right. So that's the thing. It's like I would be happy to get back to that right now, but I'm not going to be. I don't know about you guys. I don't think you're either. I'm not satisfied with that. We're the University of Cincinnati. We've won back-to-back, national championship. That was before I was alive, but we did do it. We've had the great Oscar Robinson on here. We've had Kenny Martin. We've had a lot of really good freaking players go through these doors. We're not considered a blue blood, but we should be, because we got a lot of good basketball history. We should be making the NCAA tournament every year and going deep. That's what we should be doing. That's how I feel we're at. Oh, yes, I remember that one. Lost to the Big East lost to Louisville in the Big East in 2012. Yep. And that was the first time where I'm like, all right, fine, Mick's got something here. And then we lost to Louisville of all teams, which I don't know about you guys. I miss playing Louisville. I wish we still had them in our conference, because we had the keg and nails for football, and basketball was always a great rivalry. Which, if you ever want to really take off a Louisville fan, just bring up the Bob Huggins years against Louisville. We kicked their ass a lot. The end of Denny Crum's years, yeah, we beat them a lot. And the first couple of years of Rick Pitino, we beat them a lot. So all this stuff for Louisville acts like they own us. Not when Huggins was there, they didn't. They didn't notice them. To save West's job, he needs to get to the second round. Honestly, Natty, if he makes the tournament, I think that saves his job. I really do. But I think I want to go far there once we get in there. UC basketball is goal is to finish top 6 this season. Yeah, it should be. We play Louisville this season. Oh, sweet! I didn't know that. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. That's right. I remember that now. Louisville's back on the schedule this year to start of Dayton home and home. Yeah, I forgot about that. That'll be fun. I do miss playing them. I like being in the Big 12. That's one thing I don't like is we don't have a geographic rival. The closest one is West Virginia, which I hate West Virginia, but it's not, it's just from when we were in the Big East. That's where that rivalry or any history is there. The other one I like that this was in the Big East was Pittsburgh. I hate Pittsburgh, but I like playing them. I know we played them football 2 years ago. We should have freaking beat them. Oh no, we did beat them. I take that. We did beat them. Next week we lost to Miami. Where you want? You gotta go back to work. Yeah, go back to work, Ron. Let's see here. Is it possible to get the Trey's deal done? I believe it is. Yes, yuck, West Virginia. Dude, I've said this. I know Trey has said he's not going to play on his contract. I've had other people tell me he's not going to play on this contract. I just don't think it's in his best interest to do that. To sit out because he can't sit out the whole season. He can't. Or he loses the whole year and he doesn't go to free agency. See, he can only sit out at the most 6 games, I think, which I don't want him to sit out any. But he's 30 years old, almost 31. If you're not going to get the contract with the Bengals, then you need to come here and prove it. Like bet on himself, like Jamar did, like T did. That's to me is the smarter play. Is to go out there and prove you are that dude, and then you hit the free agent market and you get the $40 million or whatever that you want. That's why I personally think it's going to happen. I think he's going to sign. I'll be honest with you. I think the Bengals offered him a 1-year contract. That's what I think the Bengals offered him. I think they offered him a 1-year contract. I think he wants at least 3. If they can get at least a 2-year extension, then that's 3 years total. That would get him to 32 years old, I think, if my math is right. And if it's a short, and that's the thing is, Trey wants a longer-term contract. The problem, like I said, I keep going back to when he signed his last extension. So it's kind of on Trey and his agent. You signed this last extension. That's when you should have tried to get a longer extension, not now. You were under 30 then. That's why I remember this. When they drafted Miles Murphy, I'm like, all right, well, Trey's gone. This will be his last year. Miles Murphy's going to be his replacement. That's what they drafted him for. And then that same year, Trey signed a 1-year or 2-year, it was 1 or 2 year contract extension. I think it was 1 year. Anyway, that's when he should have tried to get the 3-year to 4-year contract extension. Not now. It's hard. Look at the Steelers. Everybody wants to come and bang on the Bengals about not signing Trey to an extension. TJ Watt is 32. Not 32, 30 as well. The Steelers, I think, are hesitant to give him $40 million because he's 30. And they don't know what's going to happen after this year. And I'm telling you guys, if this blows up like I think it's going to, the Steelers are going to have to blow everything up. Tomlin will be gone. Aaron Rodgers will be gone. They're going to have to finally do what every other NFL team has had to do, is rebuild, which they should have done that a couple years ago, to be honest. After Ben had retired, if they had just blown this thing up and went and drafted a good quarterback and started building through the draft, they'd be getting closer to being a good football team for a couple years again. They've just kicked the can down the road, and the Steelers are all in this year. You got a tight end, and you got Jalen Ramsey, who is older and not as good as he was. He's sure as hell, I don't care what PFF says, not as good as Mika Fitzpatrick. My opinion, their defense got better. Their offense might have got or their defense got worse. Their offense might have got a little better. You added a tight end. Whoa! Yay! Oh, you guys are going to be Super Bowl champs now. It's the Steelers. Oh, we love the Steelers. No! Get out of here. You got to beat us. We get Trey signed. We get Shamar signed. Yeah. Come on now. It's the talent-wise isn't even going to be close. The Steelers defense is old. They're old. They don't, and that's Dustin Croft brought this up on the show. NFL defenses are going younger and younger and younger. They're spending money on offense. They're replenishing their defense with younger guys, like the Bengals have. Now the Bengals haven't gotten the talent out of them yet. That's why they brought Al Golden in. The Steelers are doing stuff that's not Steelers. It's all desperate moves. It's not, you know what? It's the Steelers. They're going to pull it out. They're going to do good. You got a 42-year-old quarterback who's on his last year, can't move as well, had an Achilles tear 2 years ago. You got one wide receiver and a tight end, and you got an old defense. But daggone it, the national media act like, you know what? They're so much better than the Bengals. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Mike Gesicki, Joe Burrow, Chase Brown, Burton. We got Joseph Osai, I think he's going to have a good year. Miles Murray, I think he's going to have a good year. Trey Henderson, back-to-back 17.5 sacks. Did you see Dylan Fairchild wrestling? That's going to be our left guard. We got Orlando Zeus Brown, one of the biggest damn humans I've ever seen. Mims on the other side, another big damn human. We just got to figure out the right guard spot, and we're golden. You think what you did is going to be better than what the talent on the Bengals teams are? You've got to be smoking crack. I don't get this. Now the Ravens, look, the Ratbirds, they're a good team. I mean, I got nothing to say against them. That's going to be tough battles, and it's going to come down to us and Baltimore. As long as we all stay healthy. While Baltimore stays healthy, we stay healthy, it's going to come down to us in Baltimore. Browns ain't got a shot. You ain't got a quarterback. Steelers ain't got a shot. Y'all are too old. You're too old. And you're grasping at straws. So don't give me this crap that Steelers are thinking outside the box, because they're desperate. That's why they're thinking outside the box and they're making big moves. I still don't think that's a big move. Yes, Chris. Yeah, don't even bring up that. Oh, don't bring that guy's name up. I can't stand that dude. Yeah, you're right. His name is Old Man Rogers. Natty, our young defense, not to worry about our defense. That will come in due time. Yeah. And like I said, I'm not saying we're going to be the 85 Bears. We don't have to be the 85 Bears. If we can turn the ball over, which is what Al Golden is preaching. Now, one thing I heard on, I don't know, one of the podcasts, it might have been the Bengals Booth podcast, which if you didn't listen last week's, it was awesome. Dan Horde had every single one of the Bengals beat writers on the show, which I have had every single one of them except Kelsey Conway. Kelsey, for some reason, doesn't want to call on my show. I don't know why. It's kind of hurtful, Kelsey. But one of them said that they had voluntary, it wasn't tip drills, it was voluntary drills to knock the ball out, punch the ball, make them turn the ball over, turnover drills, I think what they called them. And they were quote unquote voluntary. They didn't have to do the drills. Every single defensive player did them. They're going to turn the ball over on some people. Al Golden has got himself some really good young linebackers along with Logan Wilson, Logan Wilson's going to have a comeback. Our secondary, our cornerbacks, I'm telling you, I had conversations with people about this before the draft. We got to draft the cornerback. I'm like, I really don't think so. We got the young, fast, athletic dudes in that DB room. I'm a little worried about safety, but cornerbacks, I'm not. We get Shamar in here, which Shamar, dude, the guy in front of you and the guy behind you signed, and they had the same, as far as I know, I have to make sure, double check I'm right, but I think I'm right. They had the same language in their contract that you don't want in yours. They signed. sign the contract, become a millionaire, go earn your money to get a bigger contract. The sooner you get started, the sooner you can prove everybody wrong, which is what you said you wanted to do. Sitting on the sidelines and not participating is not proving anybody wrong. It's kind of proving you're maybe a little bit of a malcontent. But you don't want that. But again, the Bengals get all kinds of crap for not signing Trey. Steelers haven't signed TJ Watt yet either. Cowboys haven't signed Micah Parsons. And the Cowboys, dude, you want to talk about contract squabbles? Talk about what they do. They do stuff all the time, and they don't add anybody. You know? Anyway, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be fun. Jeez, I've been talking for 55 minutes. See, I could do this on the radio. So if you guys want to hire me, call me. I'm going to get the heck out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. It's a pop-up show. Decided I wanted to come talk to you guys. Because like I said, I love doing this. I love talking to you guys. I like the conversation. If you don't agree with me, we can have arguments. We can have disagreements. Don't mean I don't like you. We still have that. Thanks for watching, anybody. I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. You can follow me on all of those, along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I'll probably be pulling the sound off later on tonight. Putting on the podcast. It'll be on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. Shout out to my sponsors. They are as followed. Priority Lawn and Landscaping. You got properties you don't want to cut, or a property you don't want to cut. Take Priority Lawn and Landscaping. You got flower beds. You got a landscape project you want to get done. Think Priority Lawn and Landscape. Don't think, call them at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also follow them on Facebook. And shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And, of course, Meyer Window, Door, and More. Their website is MeyerCincinnati.com for all your window and door needs. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. Meyer Window, Door, and More. And, of course, my favorite brewery, Moorland Lager House. I think I'm going to, like I said, it sounds like we're going to be doing some stuff there again this season for the Bengals. But between now and then, get on down there. Hey, they're open July 4th. So go on down to the banks, hang out at Moorland Lager House, drink you some delicious Moorland beer, eat you some delicious food, and have a great and wonderful July 4th at Moorland Lager House. All right, guys. I appreciate you. I will be back tomorrow. Now, show note. Now, I was telling you guys, hit the thumbs up, hit the bell for notification for whenever I go live. If I ever do something like this where I just decided I wanted to go live. And sometimes I do it when important stuff happens. Sometimes I do it when I just feel like it. But today I did it because I can't do a show at 5:30. Anyway, I won't have a show at 5:30 tomorrow. I will have one at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I have ESPN 1530's Mo Egger is going to be on. So instead of the Tony and Mo football show, it'll be the Ice and Mo sports show. I don't know. And Mo Egger's been on the show before. Mo Egger's been on the show. Austin Elmore's been on the show. Tony Pike's been. Oh, wait. That's right. Tony Pike hasn't been on the show yet. Hey, Ron, talk back tomorrow. Tell T Pike to come on Ice's show. Tell him Mo's been on. Austin's been on. Why hasn't he been on? I don't know. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Remember, Who Day for life. And that's your sports, baby. See ya! Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.